What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Patronuses in Hogwarts Legacy yet again. And I say yet again because if you turn back the clock, back in February of 2021, shortly after we saw this game back in September of 2020, I made a video talking about Patronuses, how they would work, etc., etc. Now it's been, a year and a half since then, and a lot has happened. And we've had this debate before. We've talked, actually, when I've had the other Hogwarts Legacy creators on the channel, we went down the rabbit hole with Patronuses, but I felt like making it its own video made a lot of sense as well, just for like a quick tuner, my impressions of it. So my thoughts on it are this: it's probably going to just be the Incorporeal Patronus, which is the animal, it's not gonna form an actual being. That's what I just imagine it has to be from J.K. Rowling. The Incorporeal Patronus is not a true Patronus, and while it will give limited protection, it cannot provide the defensive power of the corporeal Patronus, which has the form and substance of an animal. The Patronus charm is one of the most ancient of charms and appears in many accounts of early magic. So I don't know how powerful it's going to actually be. I don't know. And again, we've talked about this before, but when it comes to Dementors, I do think they're going to have a purpose in the game. My theory, my long-growing theory, is basically I think there's going to be a single mission that has to do with Dementors. This game, I could imagine, could be set up that you're investigating Ranrock and the villain side of things, how they're putting together basically an army to attack Hogwarts, which is, something that I think is going to happen. We've seen it in the files, right, from the Autodesk presentation. You look at the cover of the game where everybody, or everything is attacking Hogwarts, and it's all of these different, variations, all these different things in general going at it. So I can imagine it's almost like a Voldemort attack of Hogwarts, where he's, recruiting all these different factions, and the Dementors are one of them. So I could imagine there's like a mission with a Dementor, and then at the end of the game, you fight them as part of the Battle of Hogwarts. And in that case, I don't think Patronuses are going to be that active in the game. Does that make sense? I don't think you're going to use them all that much. I don't think they're going to be necessary. I mean, they could. They absolutely could. But I would predict they won't be patrolling Hogwarts or outside the walls, where if you're going, you just randomly run into them. It's possible, and there's mechanics I'm sure they could do there. But I'm just going to say, my prediction is we're not going to get that. And as I said in the live stream a few days ago, it could very well be that the mission regarding the Dementors is at Azkaban. It seems like that's where the Dementors are right now. We see it in that first trailer that it sure looks like Azkaban. So I could imagine, a mission where you have to do something in Azkaban, and you go and you fight some Dementors there. But again, in terms of the Patronus itself, I just think there's a limit there. And we've mentioned it before. I believe the number is 142. Is that right? Or maybe it's 146, but I think it's 142. 142 Patronuses in terms of bunnies and frogs and elephants and whatever the heck else, there actually is. Now, the debate, of course, right, is that you can link your account. And when you link your account with Hogwarts Legacy and the Harry Potter fan club, you're bringing not only your house, not only your wand, but technically that fan club account, your account, right? Your Wizarding World account. It knows your Patronus as well. So it is, factually, it is there. It is in the game. The game, I think, has some sort of knowledge, or at least you would imagine, right? It's just like an import file that the game would know in some way what your Patronus is, because it has your entire account. It has what's linked to it. With that being said, then there comes the logistics issue of making 142 unique deers, and then you have to make an elephant, then you have to make a phoenix, and then you have to make this, you have to make that. To do that for what you would imagine to be one or two showdowns with a Dementor, right? And then you press the button, you do, Expecto Patronum, and you shoot it out. And for there to be 142 variations, I just can't imagine that actually happens. Okay, in my opinion, I just don't think that's what's going to actually happen. So I think what makes the most sense is just, kind of like the blue energy, almost like a shield or whatever. And we've seen it be done in the lore, that it can be powerful. It doesn't need to be some sort of, again, you read the description. Commonly, when they take the shape of a creature, that is the more powerful one. But we have seen very, very powerful ones where it is just basically like an energy blast, right? Can we agree on that kind of description of it? you can do that. And I would imagine, considering your character is most likely going to be pretty darn powerful, that would happen. It's possible we see Patronuses in the game. I know there were some people that thought in one of the common room tours that somebody was like practicing outside the door. I don't think they were doing a Patronus there. I could be wrong, but I just don't think so. But I could imagine, like, if you're learning it or if somebody teaches it to you, or again, maybe you're just walking around the school and you see like higher level kids or teachers, right? Maybe a teacher shows you or whatever. I could imagine the game literally would have a creature like a Patronus come out, but I just don't think it would be to you. I don't think you would be the one that would create it. And that's kind of where I stand. So I think it'll just be basically like an energy blast. I don't think it'll actually be like a fully formed creature. And I also, but again, on top of all that, I don't think we'll be using them as much as people may think. And it's just a prediction. I could absolutely be wrong. But I feel like we're not going to use it all that much in the game. There'll be one mission that kind of centers on Dementors. Again, they have the option, flip a coin, right? If they use them as like guards for like a round where you can't go into a certain area, otherwise you get attacked by them. Like, again, flip a coin. They could do it, they could not do it. And then I could imagine at the end of the game, we're facing a lot of different creatures, or one of them being Dementors, and we go from there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.